From bluelance.com/downloads, download the LT Auditor Plus package by clicking on the Download Now icon. Once your package has been downloaded, go to the zip file and verify that we do not have to unblock that zip file before we extract it. So you highlight the zip file, right click, go to Properties and unblock if necessary, and click on OK. Extract the zip file. Once the zip file has been extracted, go to the LTA 2013 folder, highlight the setup_smf_x64, right click and run as administrator. This will install the LT Auditor Manager first. It will also create the LT Auditor databases, and it will create 2 users specifically for the LT Auditor database use. Accept the license agreement, click on Next. Manager, Microsoft SQL Server. We do have an instance of Microsoft SQL Server, select Yes, click Next. Name, click on Next. By default, LT Auditor applications will be installed to C drive. If you need to change it, click on the Browse button and change the drive letter. Click on Next. Click on Next, and off we go. Install LT Auditor databases. Click on Next. I'm going to change it. My SQL instance is Express. And we're going to use Windows Authentication. I'm going to test connection. Successful. Click on OK. Click on Next. Create. It is my advice to create the LT Auditor users. The LTA Production DB user will be used for accessing the LTA Production DB, and the LTA Archive DB user will be used to access the LTA Archive DB. Give each username a password. Click on Next. Install. Databases have been created. Click on Next. Click on Test Connection. Successful. Click on OK. Click on Next. Workspace name. Use the domain name. Easier. Select Manager Group. New installation, select New. Leave it at that. Click on OK. Click on Next. We're going to use the NT Authority system to start the service. Click on Next. Finish. If we go open up SQL Server Management Studio, highlight the databases, right click, refresh, we will see we now have the LTA Production DB and the LTA Archive DB. Verify that the recovery model for both LT Auditor databases is set to simple. Highlight database, right click, Properties, Options. Check recovery model simple. If not, set it to simple, click on OK. And do the same with the LTA Archive DB. If you expand security, you will see, I'll refresh, we now have 2 new users, the LTA Production DB user, which we will use to access the LTA Production DB, and the LTA Archive DB user, which we will use to access the LTA Archive DB. For the time being, we're good, so we can close down SQL Server Management Studio. Now we will install one of the 2 interfaces that LT Auditor uses, the Management Console. Go back to your install files, highlight setup_MC_x64, right click, run as administrator. Click on Next. Name. click on Next. By default to C drive, click on Next. Next. And click on Finish. The BL Operations Department will have sent you an email which will contain the key code. It will also contain a patch which needs to be applied before you enter the license key in either the Management Console or Reporting Console. We will continue to install the Reporting Console at this time. Click on Next. Name. Click on Next. Click on Next. Click on Next. At this time, click on No. We will schedule some reports later on. Click on Finish. Go back and check your email from BL Operations. You should have received that email now with your license key. You want to download the LT update patch and download it, unblock it if necessary, unzip it, and then go into it. Open up the SQL folder, highlight the LT update, right click and run as administrator. This will patch the LT Auditor databases. And it is complete. Click on Close. Click on OK and Close. Now we're going to open up the Management Console and we will apply the license key at the same time. With Blue Lens, Management Console, right click, run as administrator. Click Test connection. Good. Click on OK. Click on OK again. We're going to enter the license key. Click Apply and Start Program. Now we are going to install an LT Auditor agent. We have chosen a domain controller as that target server. LT Auditor uses port TCP 2877 to communicate. Therefore, TCP 2877 must be open inbound and outbound on all LT Auditor agents and on the LT Auditor Manager server. This has already been accomplished. Highlight the domain controller group. We're now going to do a remote install to a domain controller. Right click, remote install. You agree, click on install. Let's get rid of this. I'm going to put in the IP address of the target server. And since we're already domain admin logged in, click on Add. Expand. Click on Next. We're ready to do the install. Expand and wait. Wait a minute. Installation complete, click on Done. You will now see the agent that we just installed is now within the domain controller group automatically. And if we expand the domain controller group, we will see the filter statements within this group are now applicable to all agents within that domain controller group, which at this time is simply one server. If you double click on this, it should come back as assigned, meaning that the agent knows who the manager is and therefore will be able to send its data files to the manager and subsequently into the database. That completes the installation of LT Auditor.